Yeah, how you doing, bro? Sabor Latino. Excited to be here at JAMBOX Entertainment to share my story, my new publication, my fourth book, my alma mater, Lehman College, and let's get this started. Nice to see everybody again. Sabor Latino in English means Latin flavor, and the reason I chose that name was because it was one of those names that really stood out, and I stuck with it. A lot of people, kind of felt like it's a household name, and I just been running with it. And it's been great keeping the name. As far as in Jambox Entertainment, in my album, I remember back in 2013 when I first came here, it was such a great experience. So many great engineers, so many great people. Um, and I remember when we did the album, it was something that I'll carry on with me for the rest of my life. Um, as everybody knows, No Más Violencia was one of the hard songs in there, and it was just a great privilege to be able to do it here and give it to the people, give them something positive. And I think Sabor Latino found his lane to be that Spanish hip hop artist from Jamaica, Queens, to be able to give you that Spanish positive hip hop. But again, it was a great experience, and the album was titled Observations of My Life, Volume 1. And to finish off the question, it's been a great experience being part of the Jambox family. A lot of very inspirational people here, and we're here. Well, the first book was titled My Life, Civil Latino, and the book consists of about 260 pages. Um, what I tried to do was, when I came out with the hip hop album, I did it in Spanish, and I wanted to continue being that Spanish positive hip hop artist. And I was saying to myself, you know what? Now that we got a good recognition with the album, why not give them my autobiography? And a lot of people were saying, aren't you a little bit too young to be doing an autobiography? And it was in plan. One of the things about Civil Latino is that I do a lot of strategic planning. And when I did my strategic plan for my career, my second plan or my second goal was to put out My Life, Civil Latino. And then from there, everyone that follows me knows that my second book was Mis Grandes Canciones y Poemas, because I wanted to have a balance, not only cover the Latino community, but also cover everyone in general that's interested in positive hip-hop. And we gave them the autobiography. To answer your question, how did it do? It did very well. A lot of recognition, a lot of newspaper articles, and that kind of established Robert Torres Sabor Latino not only as a hip hop artist but also as an author. Years, I'll probably say the biggest one lately has been being able to accomplish and complete my master's degree at Lehman College. Great experience. That motivation or that observation, obviously, as you can see, came out with my fourth book, my alma mater, Lehman College, where I'm dedicating my book to a lot of the students that go there, or a lot of students that want to go to graduate school and, be able to get a master's degree. Another accomplishment, I would have to say, so many news media are finally recognizing who is Civil Latino. Thank you to Channel 5 News, Fox. A few weeks ago, we did a big interview with them. A couple of newspaper articles that came out in different states. When my press release, hit so many people and so many people read it. We also working on another accomplishment. We got the fifth book coming out soon in April, which is You're a Beautiful and Special Person. That's going to be coming out soon. And we also in Jambox Entertainment soon again, where we're going to be doing some new music. I want to put it out there. We're going to do a new single titled Mi Padre, which is my father, which I'm dedicating that song to my father as well. So, it's been a lot of things happening within the last 2 years. Yeah, a lot of accomplishments. Yeah. Oh, my new book, as everybody can see, my alma mater, Lehman College. It's a really good book, as everybody can see here. It has 11 chapters in there, and what inspired me to write it was because I wanted people to really get motivated and go back to school. It was a great experience being there and being able to study and take so many courses there, and so many observations that I decided to publish it in a book and give it to the people out there so they could really get inspired and go back to school. And I personally think this is probably one of my best work that I've done, because everything is in detail. There's also so much observations and just so many inspirational things that a lot of people are going to benefit from, and I think it's a good body of work, and I think a lot of people are going to really benefit from it. One of the things I want to put out there that I think is very important is that, we can have goals in life, we can be intelligent in life, um, we could have a lot of money in life or other things in life, elements in life, but I think that having support is one of the biggest elements in order for people to become successful. Um, Support, coming from your family, support coming from your friends, support coming from wherever it's coming from. It's very important for someone to be successful. I was fortunate enough to have good parents. I was fortunate enough to have great professors, um, and just people in general that really support me in what I do. My basketball friends, my good friends from, the music, or my good friends from being authors. And I think that having support and family support is one of the biggest elements if anybody want to make it successful in life and also to feel fulfilled. And every time, for me personally, every time I do something, I like to show it to my family. And their reaction already lets me know that this is going to be something special. That's going to be another special project. But in general, again, to answer the question completely, I think having support is one of the biggest elements to be successful in life. When you talk about hip hop, we definitely have to give credit to a lot of the pioneers, what they've done in the past, to be able to open doors for so many individuals to, to showcase their talents, to be able to put out their music and do that. I'll start off by doing that, by giving credit to all the pioneers that opened the doors for us. Um, but as far as me personally, what do I think about hip hop today? Um, I mean, it's touched so many people worldwide. As we can see, the growth of hip hop has grown. And, me personally, I think it's in a good place. I just, in my own personal view, I just wish there was more positive hip hop. Everybody that follows Sabor Latino know that I do Spanish hip hop. I always believe that the microphone is something special because the microphone is something that when you express it on the speakers, people can hear it, people get inspired by your work and the messages that you're giving. And I think that Sabor Latino will always have a lane with the Spanish hip hop. But overall, I think that hip hop itself is in a good place. I think it's going to continue to grow in other countries like China and other countries around the world. It's obviously going to continue to go the right way. But again, I just wish there was more positive messages on the microphone because that's what Sabor Latino does, Spanish hip hop. But I think, again, overall, I think hip hop is in a good place.
Great.
I mean, I'm not really a person that really likes to comment on one because everybody has their own lane to do. But just to talk on that briefly, I think the most important thing from that we all have to learn is we have to learn from that experience. How one young man made it to the top, and then all of a sudden, because of what he was doing, all of a sudden his career is, I would say, probably pretty much over. I mean, when you're facing that kind of jail time and when you got those kind of criminal charges going against you, it's something very serious. But I think we really got to dig deep into what really happened, and it's a learning experience, especially for the young men coming up, being affiliated in gangs and being affiliated in all so many different things. You have to be really careful of who you're getting yourself involved with. You have to also be careful about the RICO law, and all these things that are going on. But, honestly, it's a sad situation. If you really analyze what happened with that young man, it's kind of sad. I feel really bad for his family and everybody else. But I think more importantly, what can we learn from it? Sabor Latino always said, as I preach to the youth and everybody else, is like, we can make mistakes in life because we all make mistakes. But at the end of the day, is like, what do you learn from that mistake? And going back to that young man, it's like, what can we learn from that? Do we really have to go out of our way and do all of that and then reach a certain amount of success and then lose it over some situations or involvement that you're in? That's something that we really need to think about. And, when you talk about street life, you got to be really careful because that's dangerous, and you got to be careful of who you get yourself involved with because, again, these are the things that happen. But to finish off the question, the most important thing is, again, I feel bad for him what happened, but again, what can we all learn from that experience moving forward? I got my 5th book coming out in April. It's titled "You're a Beautiful and Special Person." And the reason I decided to write that book was because when I was doing my internship, and I talk about it here in my book, I saw so many things with so many individuals that were suffering from depression, anxiety, schizophrenia, and stuff like that. And I felt like they were losing hope because of their condition. So I said to myself, that touched me so much that I wanted to write another book about that experience. So that book really focuses on self-esteem, the importance of staying motivated in life, the importance of never giving up in life and never giving up in your dreams and everything else like that. And more importantly, learning. You know, Sabor Latino is all about learning. What can you learn from that observation? And I think my fifth book is also going to inspire a lot of people because, again, I think that everybody is special. I think that everybody has a talent. And the most important thing is you should never give up on your dreams. You got to fight. And more importantly, I want to give this message out to the youth. A lot of people are going to give up on you, just like they gave up on Sabor Latino. But you got to remember, as long as you never give up on yourself, it's the most important thing. And I want you to really think about what I just said. A lot of people are going to give up on you, but just make sure that you never give up on yourself. Another thing that I got coming up, I got some new music coming out. A lot of people have been asking me, we excited about the books and everything, but Sabor Latino, come on, man, we need that positive hip-hop. So we're going to work on a single coming up soon. We're going to put it out soon. It's titled My Father. And my father played a big role in my life. My father was a school teacher for over 15, 20 years. And he was been a good role model. So I wanted to dedicate that song to him so people can see the value of how, especially fathers in this world, how when you have your father involved in your life and you have a good role model, you can go far in life. And I wanted to dedicate that song to my father. Really inspirational, really motivational, and a lot of people really going to get inspired by that song. And then I'm going to put it out there now that you're asking me that question, to finish it off. Once we put out the fifth book, I'm thinking of 2020, working on the follow-up to Observaciones de mi Vida Volume 2, EP, maybe 4 or 5 songs. That's coming up down the road for 2020 as well. Nombre completo, Sabor Latino. Otra vez regreso de nuevo, hip hop positivo. Muchos en el pasado se olvidaron del nombre, pero a través de todo yo seguí el mismo. Otra vez presente, 5 libros, nunca cambio, sigo el mismo. Mientras otros han cambiado y se han vendido por el dinero. Yo siempre lo he dicho, mientras más yo suba, más callado yo sigo. Al mismo tiempo, sigo escribiendo más libros, más observaciones, siguen más dolores. 2019 ahora vienen más canciones. ¿Qué es lo que quieren de mí? Quieren conocerme. Ahora reconocen que al fin yo he llegado. Ya no es un sueño, pienso en el pasado, todo lo que ha pasado, pero sigo positivo. Otra vez el nombre completo para ustedes, Sabor Latino. All right. Before I go, I want to say thank you to JAMBOX Entertainment for having me. It's been 4 or 5 years since we haven't done an interview, and I'm very excited to be here. Just real quickly, Sabor Latino is about the youth. Never give up in school. Value your teachers. Value education. Be careful who you get yourself around with. And always think positive. And always remember what I said. A lot of people are going to give up on you, but just make sure you never give up on yourself. Thank you so much for everybody's love and support. Keep listening to Sabor Latino. And keep following me because we got a lot of nice things coming again. Good night, everybody. And thanks for everyone's blessings.